The PC itself was an incredibly revolutionary device, but 15 years ago when the World Wide Web happened, we were able to take the PC and plug it into these bastions of information that heretofore had been protected. And I was very motivated by tearing down the walls that were protecting that information and freeing it up so that the people could see it. So each of my new companies was born of this same revolutionary mother. So the two laws I talked about are my power to the people laws. One, if it can be known, it will be known. Two, if it can be rated, it will be rated. So let's take a look at the first one. There is no hiding on the internet. There is no hiding. If you have something to hide, don't try to hide it. People are going to find out about it, whether it be a super low price that's hidden away somewhere on some little site, it's going to be found. Whether it's bad service at a particular hotel somewhere, it's going to be found out. Okay, so the first company we'll look at is Glassdoor.com. And I'll point out a few things here. This is the Google review page on Glassdoor.com, which offers an inside look at jobs and companies and salaries. And this is the Google page. At Glassdoor, we have, for Google here, we have almost 500 people who filled out reviews of what it's like to work at Google. Okay? And it looks like people are pretty happy working at Google, surprise. We also treat the executives of these companies like political candidates. Why not have approval ratings? And it looks like Eric Schmidt has one of the highest approval ratings of any CEO on Glassdoor at 96%. Okay, but what's really interesting about Glassdoor, it does this for thousands of companies, what's really interesting is you can dig a little deeper and read the details of people's reviews. So here's one review that's at the top of the list when I put this presentation together the other day. It's titled, 27 years old and at a loss for what to do next. Okay, that sounds like he's got a little bit of a I got rich too young problem. That's a classic problem. And in his text, he said, in the text of his review, he says, Google is fighting the law of large companies. And it goes on to, so you can read plenty of detail about Google and many other companies. So that's kind of the company review section. If it can be known, it will be known. You cannot hide, even if you're, this is your company's review that you may conduct every year that you keep internally. And you know how you share only the bits and pieces back that you want to share back to your employees to tell that story you're trying to craft about what life is like at a law company? Well, there is no hiding. The whole review is right here. Let's go to the salary section, though. People share their salaries. And in return for sharing their salaries and their titles, they get back what everyone else is making. And this is the Expedia page, which may make people sit up in their seats. So it's Expedia salaries. There are 514 salary reviews that have been filled out for Expedia on this page. Every title, well not every title, but 149 different titles. Okay, so let's take a look at one of them. A director at Expedia makes up to $155,000. Nice. Wow. That sounds like a good job. And as well, if you wanted to find out what a director makes at Priceline or Travelocity or Orbitz or Marriott or what have you, you can click here on the right on these little links. Is my mouse work? Here you go. Over here and go right to their company pages and find out what all those salaries are. Glassdoor also recently launched a job search engine, which is really interesting. So in a couple short years, Bob Holman and Tim Bessie have put this thing out there, and they get over close to 3 million unique visitors a month now. Right? So it is a meaningful player in the kind of jobs and information space. It's begun to partner with companies to enhance their presence on Glassdoor, and that sales effort is working out very well. Companies like Expedia and Accenture and Ernst & Young are on there. These guys are well on their way to creating an incredibly meaningful brand in the job space, all with zero advertising spend. So, if it can be known, it will be known. Well done, Bob. All right, so I'm going to jump now to if it can be known, it will be known, and talk about Zillow.com. Zillow is the most mature of this crop of companies. Many of you, I'm sure, have used Zillow. And I'm going to show a few screenshots from our iPad app. Zillow, mobile Zillow on iPhone, iPad, Android is rapidly eclipsing Zillow.com. Zillow.com gets 12 million plus visitors a month, close to 13 million now, and a huge chunk of traffic is now coming from a mobile app. So I'm going to show a couple of mobile apps. So this is a scenario where Beth, the buyer, and Billy, her husband, are driving around Seattle with their iPad. That is a 3G iPad, it's connected. And so the little throbber, the little blue throbber is pulsing right where she is in that Seattle neighborhood. Right now already it's clear that this use of Zillow while mobile is way more interesting than when I'm at a PC sitting at my desk. Because I am looking around at these houses. All the little red ones are for sale. The little yellow ones are recently sold and what they sold for. The blue ones are making me move prices, which is what I could get the house for if I walked up and offered a bag of money, but it's really not for sale. If I zoomed in a little bit, if Beth zoomed in, she could see estimates on every home. This is immense power in the hands of the person who's driving around. I'm going to the next screen here and going to drill down in on a particular house that's for sale. I can go wonder what it is, what does it look like on the inside of that house, and I can actually just tap the screen and get into the house. I can look at what the Zestimate history is on that house, so I can shop for homes and get all the information that heretofore had been hidden from me, all right through Zillow. If it can be known, it will be known. Congratulations to Spencer Raskoff, who's now the CEO of Zillow. I kicked myself upstairs a couple months ago, so I'm chairman there. And the team there who's done an incredible job building this really important brand in the real estate space. I was going to mention that Zillow also happens, although we don't spend any advertising money at Zillow, we do get other people to advertise for us, and we're all very happy at the company right now because we're featured in the current iPad ad. I think we're on for like a second and a half or something, but we're really excited about that. Okay, the second law. If it can be rated, it will be rated. Let's take a look at a couple of companies that do this. Here we go. 1 out of 12, 1 out of 12. I've got a possible 922 here. An overly happy partygoer from the T-News party is swerving all over Alameda. Over. All right, this was last night. I can't tell who, I'm not going to tell who is driving, but I think it's a Hertz car. What do you do when you get a DUI? You go to Avvo.com and you type DUI attorney where you are. And here we have every attorney in the country. We found 76 DUI attorneys. They're all rated on their records. They're reviewed, 56 client and peer reviews, right here on the site. I can shop for a DUI attorney because I don't really want to phone up all my friends or tweet, hey, anybody know a good DUI attorney? It's got a Q&A section that's really vibrant. And with Ask a Lawyer, here's a very interesting one. I'll read it because it's too funny. I think I can see it from here. Here we go. I've been drinking and this girl called me up from the psych ward. She asked me to come there and pick her up because she wanted to leave AMA because she wanted to go do some drugs. So I went over there and picked her up and she drove to somewhere with her friends and I have no recollection of what I did or how long I was there, but I think I may have smoked some crack and did some heroin. This girl asked me to leave. I don't know why, but I left. And I was way too loaded to drive. I got lost and I was driving and weaving all over through a stop sign. I got a DUI. Could this girl be held accountable for making me leave when I was too loaded to drive? This is a resource you need. All right, we're going to move on to the extreme makeover section. So Avvo, led by Mark Britton and Cindy Wijaya, is now 2 million plus uniques a month, no advertising spend, and is rapidly becoming the most important resource on the web for legal. And they've just launched an effort to be the Yelp of all professional services and launched a doctor category as well. All right, here's the extreme makeover section, brought to you by RealSelf. And here we have distinguished Terry Jones, the man who really founded the industry with AZ Sabre. The man who put sexy into Sabre. Here we have Philip Wolf, the refined intellectual from Connecticut. Here we have the military baron of Priceline's Jeff Wood. No smiling, I guess, as you blitzkrieg your way across the industry, hey Jeff? The original online travel Betty. She's not here, so I can call her that. Michelle Paluzzo. The exotic, suave, and debonair of Expedia's Dara Khosrowshahi. And finally, the man voted yesterday by the women of Phocuswright, the online travel CEO they'd most like to go on a fam trip with, Steve Hafner. All right, all these people are gorgeous, beautiful people, and then we have this guy. All right, Simon, come on. This is Simon Breakwell of Travel Post. I don't know what it is. It's the haircut, the shades, the nose, the British pallor. I don't really know. Let's go maybe do a little work on Simon. Maybe a little nip and tuck Simon. So we go to Real Self, and it has a, if it can be rated, it will be rated, was it worth it index, okay? Millions of people have come and rated the procedures, their aesthetic procedures. The top of the list are things like chin liposuction. We could consider that one. The bottom of the list is stuff like lipodissolve. I don't really know if Simon needs lipodissolve. This is a serious site that does serious stuff, and it's really good. But let's look back. I really actually think it's orthodonture, don't you? Simon, it's that British orthodonture. So let's go get him some Invisalign. 78% of people on Real Self think Invisalign was worth it. So let's go do that. And so Simon, we took up the collection 16 weeks ago. We did it. Here he is before. Now we have him. Way to go, Simon. All right, so the most if it can be rated, it will be rated. The most influential site in the aesthetics category is Tom Series' Real Self. Finally, I'll talk about Travel Post in the if it can be rated, it will be rated section. We're not chatting a bunch about what we're doing yet because we really haven't launched anything, but we're working hard on it. We've put together an incredible team of people that's executing very well. What you can do right now on Travel Post is go sign up for the beta. You can do it right now on your mobile phones. I can't have a mobile phone here, but you can. So go to travelpost.com/beta or follow us at TravelPost on Twitter or Facebook.com/TravelPost. And you can find out all about what's happening. And I guess I'll just wrap it up there saying power to the people is what is the common thread of things that have driven me in my investments and the startups that I've helped co-found and helped invest with. There are lots of different investment themes. But I guess the key point is every one of the entrepreneurs that I showed and highlighted their sites was sitting right in their seats. Even inside a big company, you can rage against the machine and create a startup. I was an entrepreneur at Microsoft. I created Expedia with the help of a great team of people inside of Microsoft. And so you can do that same thing even if you're stuck inside the belly of your own little beast. So rage against your own little machine. You know, get out and let your revolutionary dog take a little walk around the block. Thank you very much.